Hello children, how are you? I hope everyone is fine. Am I right children? Yeah, I know you are all very good children. So, welcome back to our session. So, what we are discussing in our session? So, daily, yesterday what we discussed? In which lesson we are? In which lesson we are? We are discussing lesson number 4. What is our lesson number 4? What is our lesson number 4? Motion and time. So in this, just a recap of this lesson means up to now what we discussed. So in this, first what we discussed, what is a motion? So motion means what? And if it is in rest, what is it? And where do you saw that? Some examples will be there, no? So where do you saw in our daily life, or else in the normally, where do you saw when you can say that it is in rest, and when you can say that it is in motion. And also we have taken so many examples. We have taken as a car, and we are traveling in a car, and if you are seeing outside how the surrounding will be, who will be in motion and who will be in rest. Yeah, so this we discussed. And also in yesterday's class what we discussed, what is uniform motion. Uniform motion means what, and non-uniform motion means what. So if your body covers equal distance in equal intervals of time, so equal distance. So yesterday I have showed two tabular forms and I have clearly explained. So in this we will be having equal time intervals and equal distance traveled, and in the other equal time intervals but the distance traveled will be different. So that it is called as a uniform motion, and the other one is called as a non-uniform motion. Yeah, so up to that everyone is clear. And also I given homework. I said 4 examples. That 4 examples once observe. What is that examples? Car is moving in a same direction. So I have shown that car is moving in a same direction in the straight line. So car is moving in a straight line with the same directions. And the other one is, so just observe your ceiling fan. Observe your ceiling fan. What do you observe? How it will move, in which path it will move. So blades of the ceiling fan, how it will move. Yeah, so it is rotating in a fixed path or in a different path. And next one, sewing machine. Sewing machine means, so the tailors they will use, no? So what it is doing, the needle is there, no? What it is doing, the needle of the sewing machine, it will move up and down. So with the help of that movement only the dresses will be stitched. Yeah, am I right? So in the next, what I said, so clock means pendulum clocks will be there, no? So in the before olden days, not only in the olden days, now also so many, if you are going to the clock shop means now also they are available. So if in the olden days means they used to use that more. So we used to tell that in the olden days they are present in more. And so if you observe this, if anyone is having such type of pendulums or such type of pendulum clocks, then you can observe how it will be. So I said, no, like bell it will be there. If it is 12 o'clock means 12 times it will beat. So the pendulum which is there, no, that. So how it is moving, in which direction. Either it is in a straight line or it is in a curved line, or else and the circular path, or what. So that I said. So what I said up to now, what I have given the examples, I said you to observe. So if you are observing, then in the next class I will explain from that examples. I will explain how many types of motions are there. So how many the types of motions. Yesterday itself I have written on the board and I have said, no. So what are the types of motions, children? 3 types of motions I said, no. What is that? Types of motions. types of motions. And the first one, what is the first one? Translatory motion. Translatory motion. What is the second one? Rotatory motion. And the third one is oscillatory motion. Third one is oscillatory motion. So yesterday I have given some examples, no? So with the help of that examples, today we can easily learn. So what is translatory motion? What is circular motion? What is rotatory motion? And what is oscillatory motion? So I will give an example. So in the first, I said no, a bus is traveling. So this is the surroundings, outside surroundings filter. No, the bus is traveling. If here, so think this is as a bus and think it is as a tree. The same diagram. So in the first class also we have said the same example. Am I right? So what is going on? What do you observe in the A and the figure A and in the figure B? What do you observe? So for example, if it is in the figure A, the bus is to the right side. So the bus is moving. So here the bus is near to the tree. So if you are seeing that, so I will just ask a question. So from that you can tell that. So the bus, the wheels, headlights, windows, they are all moving along with the bus or along with the tree. So this you can tell easily that we have learned in the first session itself. It is a motion. So motion means according to the surroundings. Here, who is in motion? The bus is in motion, and the surroundings which are there, the tree that is in the rest, because wherever the location, wherever the surrounding is there, it will be in the same way, but it will not move. The bus is in the motion. So here translatory motion. So what is the meaning of translatory motion? If all parts of a moving body, okay, if all parts of a moving body moves in the direction of motions, if all parts of the moving body moves in the direction of a motion, then that motion is called as a translatory motion, because so it is in a motion. So whatever the object is there, that is in a motion. Then if all parts of a moving body, here, who is the moving body? Here the moving body is bus. So if all the parts of a moving body moves in the direction of motion, so if all parts of the moving body moves in the direction of a motion, then that motion is said to be a translatory motion. So here the bus is there now. So the bus, what are the parts of the bus? Means what we can say, wheels, okay, glasses, windows. So these are all comes under headlights. These are all comes under the bus's parts. All parts of the body are in the motion only, no? So it is in a motion. So whatever maybe you can take it as an example of a car or a bus or other vehicle. So if it is in motion, if all the parts of a moving body is in motion, then it can say that is a translatory motion. So everyone is clear up to here, am I right? Translatory motion. Next, what is the meaning of rotatory motion? So by the name itself we can easily tell rotation. Rotation means what it will be. So what do you call that? So before explaining, so in the translatory motion, we are having three types. We are having rectilinear motion and curvilinear motion. Rectilinear motion and curvilinear motion. So rectilinear motion means what? So if your body is in translatory motion, so translatory motion means if a moving body parts of, if all the parts of the moving body is in motion, so that is called as a translatory motion. So up to here everyone is clear. That translatory motion is there, no? If a body in translatory motion moves along in the straight line, so if it is moving in the straight line, so if it is moving in the straight line, then only we can say that it is rectilinear motion. If it is moving in a straight line, so the translatory motion moves along in a straight line. That motion is called as a rectilinear motion. That motion is called as a rectilinear motion. So curvilinear motion means curved path. So if it is a translatory motion, if your body is in translatory motion and if it is moving in a curved path, then the motion is called as curvilinear motion. So if it is moving in the straight line, then rectilinear motion. So if it is moving in the curved line, then it is a curvilinear motion. So everyone is clear what is a translatory motion, what is a curvilinear motion, and what is a rectilinear motion. Everyone is clear, no? So here we are having some examples. What are the examples? So I will tell some examples that you have to tell who is in curvilinear and who is in rectilinear motion and who is in translatory motion. Yeah. So second hands of a watch. So second hands of a watch means how it will be. That, so in the page number 33, if you are seeing the page number 33, so here they have given 8 second hand of a watch. What is that? So which motion it is? Movements of a train on tracks, movement of a tape in a tape recorder, movement of a needle in speedometer of a car, movement of a bus on hill station road, motions of coins on a carom board, motion of the ball in pinboard, motion of a mango falling from the tree. These eight examples, so these 8 they have given. Today's homework is you have to write that examples. That 8 examples are there, no? So that which motion they belongs to, which motion they belongs to, that you have to write as an homework. And also, so coming to the next, so if you see that, if you observe the figures, these figures is there, no? So this is a wheel toilet top, so how it is rotating, and the ceiling fan how it is, and the moving car, clock, Zen drill, so globe. So if you are seeing this all, if you are seeing that figures, from that figures, what are the similarities? What do you find the similarities? What type of motions they belongs to, in which motion they belongs to? So that you have to write, and in which path they are moving, in which path, either in a straight line, either is in a curved line, that you have to mention. And if you are, so for example, if you are seeing a ceiling fan, so for ceiling fan we'll be having 3 or 4 blades, it will be there for the ceiling fan. And if you are seeing the ceiling fan, we can see, so the middle one will be same, no? So if you are seeing the blades will be there, no? So think the here ABC, and the other one is A1, B1, C1, and here A2, B2, C2. So think here, this is a ceiling fan and we are having 3 blades. If you are seeing this figure carefully, then what you can observe, so by seeing the ceiling fan, what do you observe? The blades are same. So if you are seeing this, the blades are same. No, so the blades are different. The blades are different. Okay, different in the sense it is changing their positions. The blades which are there, they are changing their positions, and it is moving in a circular path. The fan will move in a circular path around its fixed points. So that's moving. It is moving in a circular path along its fixed point. Depending upon that points, the blades will move. So, but they will move in a circular path. So the imaginary line. So imaginary line. If you are seeing imaginary lines passing through these fixed points, the imaginary lines which are passing through these fixed points, they are called as axis of rotation. So the imaginary lines which are there, so they are called as axis of rotation. So this type of motion is called as a rotatory motion. This type of motion is called as a rotatory motion. Means rotatory motion means what? So if you want to tell in a clear rotatory motion means all the particles of a moving body follow a circular path. All the particles of a moving body follows a circular path, with respect to the fixed center. So here the center is same, but the blades are moving in a circular path. So rotatory motion means if the motion, so it is said to be a rotatory motion, then all the particles of a moving body follows a circular path with respect to the fixed center. The center should be same and they are moving in a circular path. Yeah, this is called as a rotatory motion and the axis of rotation. So these are axis of rotation is there now, so depending upon this, that. Okay, so this is said to be a rotatory motion. Rotatory motion means if you want to tell in a easy manner, means it is moving in a circular path depending upon the fixed center. So whatever the center will be there, depending upon that, it is moving in a circular path. Then we can say that belongs to the rotatory motion. So if you are seeing this down, observe the figures they have given, no? So if you are seeing these figures, draw. So first they have given the top, globe, fan, and the potter. What he is doing. So these 4 figures are there, no? So for this, you have to draw the axis of rotation. So if you want to draw the axis of rotation means, for example, if it is a top, so if you are seeing this, then this is the axis of rotation. So in that way you have to draw the axis of rotation. So if you are seeing this, so globe means the middle, in the middle if you are drawing means, then it will be the axis of rotation, and it is moving in the circular path. The globe will also move in a circular path, no? And the potter when he is doing the pots, this will also move in the circular path only, no? Then only the pot will be coming out when he is doing this work all. So this is also comes under rotatory motion. So this is rotatory motion. So I think everyone is clear up to here. Am I right? And for example, a tennis ball is there. So if you are keeping that tennis ball on the surface of a table. So if you are keeping in a surface of a table, then you have to push the ball with the finger. Finger means for example, you will play a carom board like this, no? So in the same way, push the ball with the help of fingers. What do you observe? What do you observe? So in which motion it will be? In which motion it will be? Either in rotatory motion or translatory motion. Yeah, children. So once tennis ball will be there in your house, no? So once you will be having your dining tables also. So keep it. The tennis ball will be there, no? Keep and do like this. Then what do you observe? So when you push the ball on the surface of the table, it moves from one end to the other end. Okay, other end, and all the particles of the ball also move. So the ball in the ball, what will be there in that all will be moving. So if it is moving to the other end to the one end, so one end to the other end, then it will move. The ball which is there, the inner parts also, that also will move. So by this, what do you can say is that if a moving body is moving, if all the parts of a moving body is moving in a motion, then it is said to be a translatory motion. So by this we can tell it is in a translatory motion. So afterwards, if you are observing similarly, so the ball moves in a circular path also. So it will come to and fro, and again in the middle it will move. So it will move like a rounds it will do, no? So then we can say that it is moving in a circular path. So from this, both it is having the translatory motion also it is, and circular motion also. So we can say this example we can give it for both translatory and rotatory motion. So if you are seeing, let us do 10 is there, no? Page number 35. So 10th one is there, no? So this activity, this motion of blades of a ceiling fan. So it is either it belongs to translatory, rotatory, or only rotatory. So that you have to write. And motion of an arrow from the bow, what it is, in which motion it belongs to. So these all we have to write. Two tabular forms I have given. One is this one, and the other one is page number 33. So you have to identify curvilinear and rectilinear, that you have to find. So this is the example up to here. So till here. So in today's class we have read two types of motion. What are they? Translatory and rotatory. In the next session we will discuss oscillatory. So oscillatory motion. So up to here everyone is clear. Am I right? I hope everyone understood till here. If you are having any doubts, just ping me. Then I will explain it again. Thank you for watching my video. Have a nice day. Stay home. Stay safe.